Okay, so today we are going to cover subqueries from very basics. Subqueries and nested subqueries, we can say it is almost both are the same. Subqueries and nested subqueries and correlated subqueries are also one another type of subquery. Then we are also using exist not exist operator in the subquery as well, and this is we have already covered, which is derived tables, right? Now let's start with what are the subqueries. So subqueries or nested subqueries both are same. A query within another query. A query within another query is known as subquery or nested query. One query is known as inner query or child query or subquery. So if you can see like this select star from table name where column name equal to, then another select statement will be there, right? Select particular column name from table name. So if you follow this syntax, then this will become our inner query. So one query is known as inner query or child query or subquery. So this is known as inner query, and whatever is outside over here, that is known as outer query or parent query. Other query is known as outer query or parent query. So if you see over here, subquery is a select statement inside. Subquery is a select statement inside another select, insert, update or delete statement. Outer query, outer query means this is the outer query, right? Outer query can be either can be select, insert, update and delete statement, but remember this one thing, inner query. So whatever is there inside the inner query, that is always select statement only. Whatever we are writing inside the outer query, that is always select statement, whereas outer query can be either select, insert, update or delete statement, right? Or delete statement. Now now what are the different kinds of subqueries are there? Let's see that one. What are the different kind of subqueries? So self-contained subquery, this is the first type, we can say self-contained subquery. So what is self-contained subquery? The subquery, the subquery which is independent of outer query is known as self-contained subquery. The subquery which is independent of the outer query is known as self-contained subquery. In such query, first inner query is executed and its result is used by the outer query. So now suppose this is one requirement to illustrate the example of subquery. This will become my inner query, right? This will become my inner query, and this one we can independently run. So if I select this clause only, then I can run this independently, right? I can run this independently. So that is why in such first inner query is executed and its result set is used by outer query. Now what is the result set of this one? The result set of this one will be this one, right? 677644. So that's result set will be used by this particular query over here. So ideally this will become like this will become like this, and now if I run both of this query, then both of the query will give me the same result, right? But ideally I do not want to specify this as a default. So for that purpose I have written over here a subquery, right? For that purpose I have written the subquery, and in the self contained subquery I can run this query independently, right? It will not give me any error while using self contained subquery, and the result of the inner query is used by the outer query. Result of the inner query, so this is the result, right? And this is my outer query, so this result is used by the outer query, and it will give me the result. Now what is one exam advantage of this self contained subquery? So advantage of this self contained subquery is it is easy to debug. It is easy to debug because we can execute this inner query independently, right? So this is very easy to debug. Now let me give you another example. I want i want all the data from the emp table whose department is same as the department of black. This is my requirement. I want i want all the data from the emp table. All the data means star, right? I want star from the whose department is same, means department, we can say over here department number is same as the department of black. So over here what is our first requirement? Our first requirement is we need to, we can say step 1, we need to rectify the department of black, right? What is the department of black? And then step 2 will be take that department in the where clause and retrieve all the emp details who are working on that particular department, right? This will become my step 2. So over here when we are writing the subquery we should write the inner query first. So what will be my step 1? We need to rectify the department of black. So this will give me the department of black, right? So what is the department of black? Department of black is 30, right? Now we need to use this particular information in the where clause. So we need to write department number equal to select department. All this query will become my inner query now. All this query will become my inner query now. So ideally query should be, it will run like this. It will run like this. It will pick up this department 30. So both of this query will again give me the same result, right? 6 row above side, 6 row below side. So both of this query will give me the same result again, right? Now let's see few more examples. What is correlated subquery? So in this case inner query is dependent of, in this case inner query is dependent of outer query. Outer query, right? In this case inner query will dependent of outer query, and it is difficult to debug. It is difficult to debug. Now in the subquery again it will be single valued, multi valued and table valued subqueries are there. So when in query, so let's see few more example. When an inner query retrieves a single value then it is called as single valued subquery. right? Now let's see, subqueries are used in where subqueries we can use. Subqueries are used in where clause, in clause, from clause, or select clause. All these places subqueries can be used. Now let's see one more example. Okay, let's see one more example. Display the details of employees. Display the details of employees earning more than average salary of organization. Average salary of organization, right? So over here, what should be our first step? Our first step will be we need to identify the average salary of organization, right? This will become our first step. Now how we can identify the average salary of organization? So for that purpose we need to write this query, right? For that purpose we need to write this query. Select average salary from EMP table. So this will become my average salary. Now what will become my second step? Display the details of employee earning more than average salary of organization. So what I have to write now? I have to write this one. Select star from EMP where salary greater than average salary of from EMP. So this will become my inner query, right? This will become my inner query. So now let me execute this one. So ideally again, what we have to write? This will become and this will both are same. But we cannot write like this, right? Average salary can be changing when the new employee will come, right? So we cannot write this default value. That is why we have written like this, right? So let me show you the result. So all this employee is earning more than the average salary of the organization. Organization means all the employee average salary, right? Now let's move forward. Now can we write like this? We cannot write like this, right? Directly average of salary. We cannot write like this. What is an aggregate may not appear? An aggregate may not appear in the where clause unless it is in subquery contained in a having clause or select list, and the column being aggregated is an outer reference. In short, we need to mention this one in the select statement only, right? We cannot aggregate statement cannot be acceptable in the where clause. Now let's see one more query. Display the employee details earning more than black. Display the employee details earning more than black. So again, over here, what will be our step one? Get the salary of black. Get the salary of black. How we can get the salary of black? So this one, by using this statement, we can get the salary of black. Now filter the EMP table as per above result. So select star from EMP where salary greater than. This will become my second step, right? So all these employee are earning more than black. If you see this one, both the carries together, see 2850, and all this employee salary is greater than 2850. Perfect, right? Now one more query. Let's see. Display the employee details who are senior to king. Display the employee details who are senior to king. So to for that purpose we need to to identify first higher date of king, right? So get the higher date of king. This will become my step 1. Get the higher date of king. Now I want to filter this result set, but now this time I want to do less than, because higher date less than. Why? Because I want more senior person. So higher date should be less than the higher date of king, right? Less than the higher date of king. So this all employee, if you run both of these query again together, see over here 1981 11. So all this employee are joined before king, right? Joined before king, and they are senior to king, right? Now let's see one more example. Display the employee name and salary earning maximum salary. So over here our first target should be, we want maximum salary, right? Step 1 will be maximum salary is our requirement. Now we need to filter this salary. So where, what this time we have to write equal to operator. Why? Because we want name and salary earning maximum salary. So see over here. Let's run both the queries together. See 5,000. So only king salary is maximum salary, right? Now let's see one more query. Display employee name and hire date having maximum experience. So having maximum experience, we need to identify minimum of hire date, right? Because minimum of hire date will have maximum experience, right? And we need employee name and hire date. So let me execute this query. So see again Smith will have maximum experience. See Smith will have. So always remember one thing, you need to divide the entire query in two or multiple different steps. Over here first step will be, we need to find identify the minimum of hire date, right? Because we want maximum experience. So first step will be, we want to identify minimum of hire date, and then we need to filter this result set to the outer query. So this will become my outer query, and this will become my inner query. This will become my inner query, right? And all these queries are scalar, query, scalar, as well as it is self-contained, self-contained query, right? As well as it is self-contained query, right? So now let me ask you if you have any question. Till now, if you have any question, you can ask.
The last
Okay, now let's see multi-valued subquery. So if an inner query returns multiple multi-values or list of values or a column of values. If inner query returns multi-values or list of values or a column of values, it is known as multi-valued subquery, right? Now let's see. Display display the employee details whose job is same as job of Black and Adams. Job of Black and Adams. So now display the employee details whose job is same as of job of Black and Adams. So what will be the first step? You always, if you have difficulty in understanding subquery, then step 1, you need to divide it into several steps. So what will be the step 1 over here? I need to identify the job of Black and Adams. This will become my step 1. And what will be the step 2? I need to filter above result set into my outer query. I need to filter my result set into my outer query, right? So this will become my step 2. So now why it is multi-valued? So let's see. Let's run this query. Because of why it is multi-valued, it is giving me two separate values, not single only, right? I need all the details of employee where job is equal to either manager or clerk. That is why it is multi-valued, not a single valued. Now let's run this query. So it will give me or the manager and clerk only, not salesperson or not CEO or not any other job title, right? Now let's see operators within multi-value subquery. So over here I cannot use equal to operator. Let me try. See, this is the error. Subquery return more than one value. This is not a permitted when the subquery follows equal to, not equal to, less than or more when the subquery is used as an expression. So that is why when subquery is returning more than one value, we need to specify in, not in, or something like that only, right? Mm, That is why I need to specify in only over here. In notice, okay. Now, one more important thing is coming. Operators within what are the operators with multi-value subqueries we can use? In, not it, not in some, any, and all. Now, in and not in, you must be aware, but let's understand other things. Any operator, comparison with multiple values. For comparisons, we can use equal to, right? Equal to. For comparisons, we are writing equal to, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to. Where great x greater than any. So now you might not heard about this any and all operator. So when x greater than any of 1000, 2000, and 3000. So let's see. So over here x greater than any means you now my x value is first time 800. Now this x is greater than 1000. Any means or you need to identify or you need to any equal to you can say or and all equal to you can say and. So now x is 800. It is greater than any of this operator. You any of this expression 1000, 2000, 3000. No, it is not greater than, right? So it will be false. Now 1500 is greater than any of this expression. So it is greater than, right? Greater than 1000. So it will become, it is just like or operator. Understand this thing? It is just like or operator. Now let's understand this one. 4500 is greater than any of these 1000. Yes. So again it will become true. Now, now this is again a reverse thing. X is 800, it is less than any of these. Less than any of these, yes, so true. Now 1500 is less than any of these, so true. Now 4500 is less than any of these, no, it is not less than any of these. So it will be false only, right? It will be false only. Now let's understand the all operator. So all will compare with multiple values, right? Now let's understand with example. See over here, 800 is x greater than all. Greater than all means it is greater than 1000 also, it will greater than 2000 also, and it will greater than 3000 also. So no, it is not. So that is why it is false over here. You need to understand this thing. And greater than all means it will be end. Now 1500 is greater than all of this. No. 4500 greater than all of this. True. It is greater than 1000, 2000 and 3000 also, right? That is why it is true. Now let's understand with example. Display display the employee details who are earning more than all the manager who are earning more than all the managers. Display the employee details who are earning more than all the managers. So what will be my first step? Get the salary of all the managers. Get the salary of all the managers and filter the result set. Filter the result set. Now this will become my inner query, and this will become my outer query, and again this will become, and multi-valued as well as self-contained. Why multi-valued? Because inner query will give me multiple value, right? Inner query will become my multiple value, and now my requirement is I want all those salaries whose salary is greater than all the managers. So this is my result, right? In step 1. Now this will give me those salary who is greater than all these three salaries. See, 3000, 5000, 3000. So it is greater than all these three salary, right? Let me try to use some. I'm not sure whether some is there. Okay, this will be the result of my sum operator. Let me check. Okay, in sum it is what doing? It is also taking salary greater than. Okay, over here manager salary is this one. 2450 clerk. 1 minute. I'm not sure what is this sum is doing, but maybe some of the managers it will be showing greater than some of the manager's salary, and it is also considering same salaries also, but I am not sure why it is not taking this 2450. If anyone has idea, then they can tell. I have unmuted you. Now let me know if you have any doubt. Greater than any and greater than all and less than any, less than all. You can speak now if you have any doubt.
So far so clear, but only the sum which I need to check on it.
Okay. Salary greater than sum of the salary.
Can we check in Google, like what some tools?
Okay, so now let's start with the correlated subquery. So correlated subquery, you have to understand inner query will reference the outer query. Inner query will reference the outer query, and inner query is not independent of the outer query. So what is there in the self-contained subquery? Inner query is independent, right? Inner query is in self-contained. But over here, inner query is not independent of outer query. Over here, it is independent of outer query, right? Now inner query is dependent on outer query, and execution will start from outer query. Execution will start from outer query, and inner query will execute it number of times dependent on number of rows written by the outer query. So in the self-contained subquery, firstly inner query will execute it, and it result set is used by the outer query, whereas in correlated subquery it is starting from the outer query, and for each outer query, for each row it is executed number of times the inner query is matched. So subquery gets executed for each row written by the outer query. Now let's see one example. Display the display display the employees earning more than the average salary of their department. Average salary of their department. Now over here we need to identify each of the employees department wise salary, and we need to identify. Okay, let me write it. Department wise average salary. Department wise average salary for each of the employee, and now salary will be greater than. So what, how it will work? Select star from EMPE where salary greater than select average of salary from EMP. So this will become my EMP, we can say P. And now where P dot department equal to E dot department, because I want to compare all of the employees department wise salary, and their salary should be greater than average in that particular department only. So now over here, this query will be independent. You cannot execute this query independently, right? Can you execute? No, you cannot execute this query independently. Let me try over here also. Invalid column name DEPT, the multiple part identifier could not be found. Now, now let me show you DEPT number. Now let's execute both of this query. What is wrong? What is wrong? So now let's see. In the department number 10, what is the average salary? 2916, right? And now order by. Okay, what is the average salary in department number 10? 2916. Now I want to check whether this particular employee is working in department number 10 or not. Whether this employee is working in department number 10 or not. So yes, it is working on department number 10. Now its salary is 5000. Its salary is 5000, right? And what is its average salary? Its average salary is 2916. So is this greater than 2916? Yes, it is greater than 2916. So give me this record. Give me this record. Now let's see. 2450 is again also in department number 10. But now what is its average salary? Average salary is 2916. Is 2450 is greater than 2916? No. So it will not give you in the result set. It will compare for each and every row. It will compare for each and every row. Whether this employee is working in its department number 10 or not. Again, it is working in department number 10. Then it will check the salary of the department, that particular employee. Then what it will do? It will compare with the average salary of that particular department only. Why? Because I have mentioned over here in the where clause. Compare the department wise salary only. So now what is the disadvantage of correlated subquery? Difficult to debug. You cannot inde, inde, independently, right? You cannot execute the inner query independently. Difficult to debug. And one more thing is there, slow in performance. Why? Because it is executed for each row of the outer query to compare with the inner query, right? Now let's see one more example. Display the employee details earning maximum salary in their department. So over here, what is only change? we need to identify the maximum salary, right? In place of average, I need to write max. And let's see, I need to write. Now let's see. Hmm, चलेगा. Something is wrong department. Okay, now let me execute all of these three query. See over here, now my result is giving me only 4 rows. Why? Because see, I need to identify maximum salary on in all the department wise. So the department 10 maximum salary is 5,000. So it will give me over here in the result set, right? Now department 20 maximum salary is 3,000. So again it will give me this result set and give department 30 maximum salary 2850. So it will give me that result. So department wise I want maximum salary of all the employees with employee detail. So again it will check for each of the employee, like whether this employee is working in department number 10, then its salary is 2450. Whether it is greater than the maximum or it is equal to the maximum salary. So what is the maximum salary in department number 10? 5,000. Not, it is not equal to. So it will not give me this result set. It will not give me this record. Right? It will not give me this record. Now again it will check for second record. It is department number 10, 5,000. What is the maximum salary in department number 10? 5,000. It is equal to 5,000? Yes, it is equal to 5,000. So this king record it will give me over here, right? So it will execute for each row. Now let me know